turn down these headphones. Yes, no, they gave me some headphones. Hopefully I sound good to you. But how are you doing? Welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Sorry for the feedback, y'all. I know you're riding and getting a smooth ride. Thanks to Humble Lion and thanks to the wonderful music he was playing. I told him by the time I got here, I there were songs that I had not heard before in his repertoire. Humble Lion always bringing me something new, and the songs that, as he say, are not new, but they're new to me. So anyway, big up my General Humble Lion and giving us a wonderful midday mix. I'm Suzette Speaks. Welcome, one and all. If you're new here, I'm your hostess with the mostest. I do a lot of chatting about what's going on in these social media streets. What is trending right now? What is Gen Alpha and Gen Z and millennials and everybody else? Yeah, I can't go through the whole ranking, but everybody in their respective places, big up yourself. It's Memorial Day weekend, y'all. We are enjoying the hot weather. When I say hot, hot South Florida, are you ready for this hot Memorial Day weekend? Yes, the people them have gotten excited because there's so many shows, there's so many things going on. I know for one, my outside starts tonight. Yes, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna go to an African dance class for the first time. Well, no, I went last Friday as well. Your girl did an African dance class, almost passed out, honey, because the type of cardio that is required for African dance is very different than like my regular workout. And honey, your girl was doing them high knees and the flashing of the hands and the bend over and the tucking and the rock and push pump. Hey, listen, I'm game. I'm gonna do it again tonight. So big up everybody who will be at the African dance class. Everybody who's visiting, if you're new in or just visiting in South Florida, welcome. It's Memorial Day. You need to keep it locked right here at Voice of the Caribbean 96.9 FM or 101.5 FM on the HD2 dial. That's HD2, 101.5 FM, HD2. And we will be with you all the way from the Keys, Key Largo, right up to Jupiter. So if you want to know what's going on, where you need to be, what's going down, gotta keep it locked right here on Voice of the Caribbean Radio. So anyway, I have some stories to talk about. I always like to tell you it's so much news and so very little time. We can start with politics or we can go into what's trending on social media. Okay, I'll give you a quick rundown. What's trending on social media? The final late show was last night. Did you watch? I did not. So I'm not going to give you too much commentary. Stephen Colbert said farewell from the late show after an 11-year run. Special guests included the likes of Bruce Springsteen and others. And many people, again, are wondering what this will mean for the late night talk show hosts across the board. And we're going to continue to see what develops after, his departure from the airwaves. So we said goodbye after that run on the late show to Stephen Colbert. Eyes are open to see where he will go next. We also have been talking about, we spent a lot of time yesterday talking about Raul Castro's indictment. But what is the headline news? I'm talking about 2 hours ago, not even today. House of Representatives member Debbie Wasserman Schultz has made an announcement officially. She will join the race in Congressional District 20, covering cities like Sunrise, Tamarack, Lauderdale Lakes, Oakland Park, Wilton Manors, Pompano Beach, and Coconut Creek. Again, this is a very, very majority black district. And so, as I spoke to you about last week, there was some controversy asking her not to run in that seat. Now, nobody can tell anybody where to run. This is America. And let me tell you, anybody can become president. Hello. So, you can't tell people where they cannot and can't run. But there was a lot of discussion, and I did a show on it last Friday, if you were tuned in, about the history of Congressional District 20 and how it was fought for because of the changing demographics of Broward County. And it was long held by the late, great Alcee Hastings. And he, created a legacy. And then Sheila Surfalis McCormick was elected after his passing. And she has now resigned the seat, and it is up for election this fall. There are, I think about, maybe now she makes 8 candidates in the total of the race, but it is such a very contentious race. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz deciding to join, again, you will be voting in a primary. The Democrat normally wins this seat because, well, this seat has been carved out as a Democratic seat. Now, there were other seats around it. Now, remember, Florida has 28 congressional seats, 28 different districts, right? 28 people carved up on the same size districts all over Florida, from the Panhandle across to Jacksonville, come all the way to the south. 28 fair, or not so fair now, people are saying districts, supposedly fair, but the state legislature just redistricted. And before, out of the 28, we had 20 Republicans elected and 8 Democrats elected. Well, with the new maps, experts are anticipating that now there will only be 4 Democratic seats, right? 4 Democrats are likely to be elected, and 24 now Republicans out of the 28 total seats. And it's bothering some people, a lot of people actually, and people are really upset. And one of the remaining Democratic seats is this Broward County now drawn district, Congressional District 20, right? It's on the 28. And because, like I said, there is a majority-minority population in Broward County, especially a strong African-American and Black base of voters there, there are many who argued that this seat hopefully would be, and again, it's up to the voters, be represented by an African-American or Black person. However, shaking it up today, like I say, hot off the presses, I'll read you a little bit from the news report from local10.com. United States Rep. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is now set to run in Congressional District 20. This really matters, folks, because like I said, there's only one Democrat now going to the United States Congress from South Florida. They changed the districts. There used to be multiple. Remember, because there's so many Democrats from Palm Beach to Broward County to Miami-Dade, but they cut everybody up into districts that are now majority Republican. So who is elected in Congressional District 20, which is the only remaining Democratic district? It matters. So as Local 10 has reported, United States Rep. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, this is hot off the press, y'all, who represents Congressional District 23 now. She lives in Congressional District 23 and currently represents the great folks of Congressional District 23. Well, this morning, she announced that she will be running now for Congressional District 20. In a statement, her office announced she plans to help deliver the most for families struggling with high gas, housing, and grocery prices. This is according to local10.com. Quote, I fought for the people of Broward County my whole adult life, and you've always been able to count on me to deliver results for our community, Wasserman Schultz said in a statement. Quote, I've waged these battles when our values were on the line, all while still raising a family, beating cancer, and answering President Barack Obama's call to lead our national party. So think about this. The Republican majority in the Florida legislature, those are people who are elected to go to Tallahassee, the legislature, approved Governor Ron DeSantis' proposed redistricting map. This is why all of this is going down. So based on this map, we are now seeing there is less Democrats are electable right now, right, based on the map anyway, across the state of Florida. So based on what we're seeing, District 20 now has been vacated by Sheila Sherfless McCormick, who resigned on April 21st. DeSantis signed the new map into law on May 4th, and it changed 5 key areas for Democrats in Florida, including District 23. They made them more Republican. So now you have Democrats going up against Democrats is what it basically leads to. Anyway, happy Friday. This is a breaking news. If you're a politico like me, if you follow politics, you should, because there's a lot of changes happening and a lot that is impacting our region. So we are now all eyes. Remember, this is the race that already has Dale Holness, former mayor of Broward County. Luther Campbell, also known affectionately as Uncle Luke, is in this race as well. Sheila Sherfless McCormick, who has vacated the seat, is also planning to, or is now running for re-election. We have Elijah Manley, a local activist, is also in this race. And I think like 3 or 4 more people now with Debbie Wasserman Schultz. So there was a argument made, like, you know, are we a divided and conquered community? I don't know. But Elijah Manley, a Democrat who was running in District 20, quickly jumped on the attack when the news came out. According to his post on X, when he saw her announcement this morning, Elijah Manley wrote, DWS is everything that's wrong with the Democratic establishment. I look forward to retiring her from public office. Okay, Mr. Manley, because he's upset that she chose this district. People are saying that she could win in the district that she has served in prior. So anyway, that's the big news on the political front. Also wanted to talk to you about the NBA. Well, I can't help it. The NBA has gotten so much better. Shout out to everybody watching online. First and foremost, did you know that the Voice of the Caribbean is an app? Take us wherever you go. Go to your app store right now in your Google Play Store or your Apple Store and look for us. Voice of the Caribbean celebrating 10 years. Can you believe it? On air, going strong all the way now. Commercially licensed from Jupiter down to the Keys. What's up, Key Largo? Big up everybody in between. Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach. Glad that you're listening. This is a Memorial Day kickoff show. Suzette Speaks in the building. You catch me every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We talking news. We talking politics. I want to talk a very big social media story that has bothered me, and I'm going to cover it. And then I want to tell you again, this is how laws impact our lives. First and foremost, we want to make sure everybody stays safe. Of course, we have a lot of visitors in town. It is Memorial Day. So we want to stay safe. And again, if you're going to be out in the water, you want to be safe on your boat. We've seen a few boat accidents in as many weeks. If you're at the beach, water safety, making sure you're keeping an eye out on the kiddos, whether you're at your private pool, community pool, out in the waters surrounding us, we need to make sure you have to stay safe. In that regard, health officials are warning people to stay out of the water of Crandon Park North. Tests have found high bacteria levels that can indicate fecal contamination and increase the risk of illness. So if you're out, I hope they're announcing this, especially to our visitors. Health officials, once again, are warning people to stay out of the water of Crandon Park North. That's Crandon Park, Miami-Dade County. There's been an advisory issued due to high levels of fecal bacteria that may cause skin irritation, eye irritation, respiratory tract diseases. Honey, I hope they got good signage out there because everybody's going to be in the ocean on Memorial Day. What parties are you going to? Are you going to hang out? Some people are going to be at home resting. Do you have Memorial Day Monday off? I do. We will be, the Voice of the Caribbean, that is, at the celebrity football match. Did you guys know? I bet you do by now. You hopefully all of you know. Did you tell your friends? Did you tell your family to meet us at the park? That is the City of Lauderhill Sports Complex. Yours truly, Suzette Speaks, will be out there with the entire crew. Thanks to City of Lauderhill Vice Mayor Richard Campbell, alongside Just the Flex Entertainment and Voice of the Caribbean. We have partnered to bring you the biggest, the best, most fabulous, most exciting. I'm so excited. You guys, for real. It's here. Finally, Monday, all roads lead to the Memorial Day Artists versus Media and Selectors soccer match. No, excuse me, celebrity soccer match at the Lauderhill Sports Complex. We'll be out there 12 noon. Come early, 12 noon to 9 p.m. You know it's I go hot. So bring your fans, you ladies, I know with the makeup and stuff, I'm going to have my handheld automatic fan, right? My little electric fan with the USB cord. Bring it with you, or your old school fan. Where them fans at? Because it's going to be a hot weekend. We also have the Hyundai Air and Sea Show that will be also in effect coming to us here in South Florida. But Monday is our day. So make sure you come out and enjoy yourselves. Bring the kids. Make sure you also understand that there's a lot of freeness, free food. Oh, no. Sorry, we got food vendors. I apologize for that. Free music. Hey, there we go. And free entertainment for sure. Once you buy your ticket, right? Once you get your ticket, you're in the park. You're going to enjoy what we have in store for you. If you want to get a ticket right now, go on Eventbrite, look up Celebrity Football Match, and use my last name, Speaks, right? Speaks, like talk, Speaks with an S, right? You can put it in for your discount, $5 off right now. Go to Eventbrite. Don't wait till Monday because we know we're going to sell out, but we will sell tickets at the gate. So be prepared, bring your sunblock, and we'll have drinks on sale, water, like adult beverages is what I mean, as well as water and food and all that kind of stuff. You're going to have a good time, right? It's a real community vibe. And then on top of that, you get to see your favorite artists. More is, let me see, Teflon, Mr. Vegas in the building. Of course, Dexter Daps. I can't wait to see him. Chuck Fender, Christopher Martin, so many others. Luke D. Wagwan, Mad Cobra also. And the list goes on and on. I could keep going, but you know, my selectors, I'm partial to the Voice of the Caribbean squad that will be represented by man like Mike and Louis Spree and all of that. Big up Eva Galaxy P, all of the team. Everybody will be out there showcasing themselves and showing that they have not only the musical chops, but them can do it on the ball field too. Anyway, what's the weather gonna be like today? Well, 20% chance of rain. 89 is the high. That's hot, y'all. Saturday, isolated showers. 89 as well. So 20% chance of showers. It increases on Sunday to 30% as well as Monday 30%. But we're looking 30% chances of showers on Sunday and Monday, right? So we might have some rain between now and Monday, mostly in Miami, but it's going to be again spotted showers, 20% to 30% throughout the weekend. Be careful. The feels like temperatures are 90 something degrees. If you feel a breeze, well, the winds right now are about 13 miles an hour. Places like Pompano, 12 miles an hour. Fort Lauderdale, going into North Miami, 13 miles an hour. All right. So we just want to make sure the water temperature also going to be pretty hot. 80 degrees if you hit in the water. It's going to be like a hot tub. Let's go. It is summertime. We are 10 days away from the start of hurricane season. Did you know that? Hurricane season also begins June 1st. So hopefully we'll get some water, a little bit of rain. We don't want a washout weekend, right? Because it's Memorial Day. There's some rainfall right now around the Miami International Airport is what I see reported here. So yeah, so keep the umbrella in the car. My umbrella going to be in my car. But if it, you know how South Florida goes, it rains and then it stops and then rains again. And it could be raining across the street. I literally drove in that. When was that? A couple days ago. Literally could see the wall of rain coming to me. And then when I got to my destination, no rain had touched my auntie house, and it was like pouring all the way to her house. Anyway, so get ready for the hot temperatures. Our thoughts and prayers are also with our friends and family in the Northeast. Did you guys see this? Lots of crazy flooding in the Northeast. They're up there. New York is like 65. Washington, D.C. right now is 60 degrees. Between flooding from the south all the way through Atlanta and wildfires, other places, we got to thank God. We're very blessed in our hearts and our minds, and our prayers are with our brothers and sisters throughout the eastern seaboard, because there's been some crazy weathers. Again, some viral videos of people being swept away in like Queensboro, in Queens, out in New York. So I don't wish that on anybody, but we're going to have the hot weather. We have to stay hydrated. We have to stay cool, right? So 30% chance of rain throughout Sunday and Monday. Expect some thunderstorms likely Sunday and Saturday. 20% isolated I'm gonna get off the weather. Thunderstorms. All right. So are you ready? Are you ready for our next story? So I wanted to touch on. We talked about Debbie Wasserman Schultz making headlines this morning. She's jumped into Congressional District 20. Redistricting matters. Also making headlines. I'm not a NASCAR fan, but legendary NASCAR driver Kyle Busch dies suddenly at the age of 41. This is a very big story again for NASCAR and for those who, just love sports in general. And it is sad. Young father, too. Started driving from he was very, very young. And I was just reading a little bit of his bio. But legendary NASCAR driver Kyle Busch dies suddenly at age 41. What happened? I think that his loved ones took him to the hospital like yesterday, and then he passed away. So our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the late NASCAR driver. Died far too soon, 41 years old, dying suddenly, Kyle Busch. All right, so that's also making headlines. Also, I wanted to get into, did you guys see this viral video of a lady in a place called Tim Hortons? Now, we don't have these in South Florida. Tim Hortons is kind of like I think it's like a Dunkin' Donuts, like a coffee shop kind of vibe. Well, there was an incident in a Tim Hortons that has set the internet on fire. The video is online, and I've been watching it several times. It comes across on my Facebook and on my YouTube and on my other feeds. So I said, let me talk about this. You might not have heard about it, but it's something that, again, I've seen. So I'm always going to talk about things that have an impact on me. A 75-year-old, I'll throw it in there, African-American woman died after a fight with an employee at a Tim Hortons restaurant in Indiana last week. Now, Indiana, the city is Fort Wayne, and they've identified this lady as Anita Ann Grayson. I'm going to describe what I see here happening on this surveillance video. Actually, we got to take a quick pause for the cause, but I'm going to talk about this story because it was just so mind-boggling that someone could go inside of a store. She was arguing about her order, but what happened next might really surprise you. She lost her life that morning in the Tim Hortons. And again, I think it's like a Dunkin' Donuts type shop, but it has gone viral. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. But don't forget to follow us and follow me. Follow Voice of the Caribbean for everything you need this Memorial Day weekend. Where to be, where is the parties. I go and start out tonight. Probably, I don't know if I'll go, I'll tell you after the break. So we're going to start tonight. There are some wonderful parties. Caribbean culture will be on full display. All right, so keep it locked. Suzette Speak Show. Got to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Wow. I had the craziest feedback. How y'all doing? What's up? Hey, hit the like button. What's up? I've been watching a lot of... Ooh. Should I talk about the Democratic Party autopsy? Democratic Party autopsy. What else was I reading last night? They have these cameras everywhere, like in our faces. I'm tired of it. I don't want nobody in my nose like that. Democratic Party autopsy was the Democratic. How y'all doing? What y'all want me to talk about? What's the latest news that you're following? Drop it in the comments. Say hello. Please help my engagement. Hit the like button. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you have a safe Memorial weekend. What was I gonna do? Democratic autopsy. Democratic autopsy. That's what they're calling it. Foolishness. Anyway, hope you're having a good Memorial weekend so far. Are you off? Are you working? Do you plan a barbecue? Hopefully my brother hit the grill. But my work here will be at a big park celebration, a big multi match soccer event, celebrity soccer event. So island people love their soccer. FIFA actually is coming. I should start talking about FIFA. Let me see. 5 takeaways from the Democratic autopsy. Let me see if I can get quick. Make an affirmative case. It says the campaign did not meaningfully blows against Trump. It says that the Biden exit helped Democrats in November even. It said that Mr. Biden's exit helped Democrats in November even as her popularity fell. It says that Trump attacked about transgender inmates' work. And people scared of transgender. It faulted the Biden White House for how it positioned Mrs. Harris. All right, we're going to do the takeaways from the New York Times. 5 takeaways from the Democratic autopsy. Oh, I got to play this lady. I'm going to play this. What else I want to play? Debbie Wasserman Schultz entering the race. Oh, this is going to be the final Haitian Flag Day. So something else that's really big down here. We have a big Haitian American population. This week they had just celebrated May 18th, Haitian Flag Day. But the cities, because they just passed the anti-DEI bill that Ron DeSantis signed into law, no DEI-based city-sponsored. Private people can sponsor it, but there can be no city funds based on DEI, so-called DEI categories. So city funds. Wait, Ron DeSantis law against DEI. They done turned up the air. They always do this when DEI celebrations. One thing they gonna do is turn up the air. DEI anti-identical threaten. Yeah, we gotta put that in there. It sounds like I'm burning up. Let me go check the AC. They be putting it on high. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Wait. Let me hurry up before it comes back off a break. It's becoming hot. It's on 68. But in here, I think the equipment gets hot. Jesus Christ, on here. Heating up. It's hot. I don't feel nothing. Did they turn it off? I don't feel nothing. Usually I feel that breeze in my face. Okay, Ron DeSantis signed law that could strip Florida of pride celebrations of all of that. Florida has already legislated promotion of diversity in the state. Florida DeSantis signed legislation that prohibits any local government in Florida for making diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. That ooh takes place January, I think. So it might be the last Haitian Flag Day. I would think that DEI, blah, blah, blah. This is according to Advocate. This is for, yikes. All right, gotta start.
Off Sunday, June 7th at Broward
All right,
Regional
good.
Park Cricket Stadium starting at 2 p.m. Bring the family out for the Youth Activity Clinic. Live
that is from,
non-stop vibes.
let's do it from The Guardian. That was from like a,
The Jamaica Masters takes on
Ron DeSantis law blocking local DEI. Florida governor says that white men have been discriminated against in a new effort to challenge. Oh my Jesus.
versus
What's happening, God?
special guest live performances by Sprague Benz.
Excuse me.
DJs Mikey
On Wednesday. This was in April, right? April. Yeah, April. He just signed it a month ago. Signed a law prohibiting local government from funding or promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Says, oh, the four guys at the forefront of combating. Oh my God. Okay. So we'll talk about that. Haitian Flag Day going right next to that.
11th place in Lauderhill.
All right, we're back.
The Voice of the Caribbean. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and YouTube.
Good afternoon and welcome back. It's the Suzette Speak Show. How we doing? Happy Friday. We're so happy that you are with us as we celebrate a safe and hopefully enjoyable Memorial Weekend. Wagwan, wagwan. If you're new here, I'm Suzette Speaks, your resident attorney, hostess with the mostest, and I would say social observer. Yeah, observer, commentator, critic. If you want to call me that, that's fine. But I like to talk about what is interesting to me because sometimes well, hopefully it's interesting to you. Sometimes I feel like it's very interesting. And you might find it interesting too. If you're new here, you can watch us. You can watch us on voiceofthecaribbean.com. You can take us wherever you go on our app. You can just go to your app store and grab the Voice of the Caribbean app. Put it on your phone, y'all. Put it on your laptop. I listen to it on the laptop all the time. And when I'm in these South Florida streets, this is what I listen to. I listen to our station because we are the best, the number one Caribbean American platform station across online. If you're not following us, first of all, you haven't been seeing what's going on in these streets. Anybody can tap in because there's so many different events. You're gonna want to know where to go. It's Memorial Weekend, so follow us, Voice of the Caribbean, on Facebook, on Insta, TikTok, even. Oh, and I think we have a streaming. I think we're streaming now too. I forget what the name of the platform is. I forget what the name of the platform is, but we're streaming as well. Anyway, super excited. You can also follow me, Suzette Speaks. See what I'm up to. Yeah, why not? Check out my stories and whatnot. Suzette, 1Z, 2 T's, Speaks with an S. Suzette Speaks, all one word on every platform. I'll follow you back. Follow me. I'll follow you back. So shout out to everybody watching. I see my crew online on the Suzette Speaks YouTube page. So if you want to see what I got on, I'm a lady in red today. I'm actually wearing the Haitian flag colors. Why not? Even though Jamaican born, U.S. raised. But hey, I always have so much respect for my Haitian brothers and sisters. The first free Black Republic. If it wasn't for our brothers and sisters from Haiti, we wouldn't be. Well, people say they are the ones that sparked revolution. The idea that enslaved people in the Americas could rise up and go against the oppressors at that time. So anyway, they're still paying for it. We're going to say the quiet part out loud. Just remember, the opinions shared on the Suzette Speak Show are that of the host and our guests and our callers and don't necessarily reflect management or ownership of Voice of the Caribbean. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. All right, so we get that out of the way. But I'm going to talk the things. I got to talk the truth. Why is this coming up into my mind, right? Because like I said, May 18th, if you're just tuning in, maybe you didn't hear my first little spiel, but of course, May is Haitian American Heritage Month, right? We observe that and heavily down here when it comes to our Haitian American community. Our brothers and sisters down here have done so much in the city of Miami. Shout out to the Little Haiti community and beyond, North Miami, all these areas who have been impacted by Haitian American influence and culture, and those residents still play a vital part in our community. So we salute this time to remember how hard they have worked and contributed to our society in so many different ways. Now, May 18th was Haitian Flag Day. I'm sure if you was South Florida, they still got the flags on their cars. Everywhere you look, Haitian flag, Haitian flag, Haitian flag, from the window to the walls, right? Anyway, so I am saddened by a new law. So here we go back. Suzette, you always into politics. Politics matter. Even if you don't care about it, politics is concerned with you. right? So we're used to celebrating Haitian Flag Day all throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach, kind of right through Broward County, especially in Miami. But due to a new law that was signed by just a month ago, actually 30 days ago today, Governor Ron DeSantis signed an anti-DEI bill that will possibly make this year's city-sponsored Haitian Flag Day, for example, from the city of North Miami, it might be the very last one that the city can sponsor. Why? Well, if you haven't been paying attention, your girl's going to fill you in. Ron DeSantis signed a law back on April 22nd blocking local governments from funding DEI. What does that mean? Well, at the time of that press conference, this is a report from The Guardian, theguardian.com, is giving us a synopsis of what happened. Well, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, in his own remarks, according to The Guardian, said that there are, discriminatory practices against white men in his new efforts to challenge inclusion programs. What? Well, according to The Guardian's article, and I'm reading verbatim, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Wednesday, this was on April 22nd, signed a law prohibiting local governments from funding or promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, saying that white men had been discriminated against. Pause. The Florida governor has been at the forefront, according to theguardian.com, of combating so-called DEI initiatives, despite criticism from groups nationwide. Well, now it's not in effect, but it has been signed into law. It will go in effect January 1st of next year. We're so used to South Florida. We are so used to multicultural celebrations. I don't know what we're going to do. We just had a huge Haitian Flag Day observances and celebrations from Miramar to North Miami to everywhere, celebrating Haitian American Heritage Month, and we was all out in the streets. But guess what? From Haitian American Heritage Month to, I'm just thinking to myself, look how many things this probably is going to impact. So what does this mean? This new law that will go into effect in January. Under the new law, according to The Guardian, residents can sue local governments for violations. And if individual local officials are found to have funded DEI initiatives, they can be removed from office. Listen again. The Florida governor has been at the forefront of combating DEI initiatives despite criticism from groups nationwide. But under his new law that will go in effect January 1st of next year, the residents can sue local governments if they put money towards DEI programs. And what will happen if the local governments are in violation of this new state law? Individuals can sue the local government, and individual local officials who are found to have funded DEI initiatives, they can be removed from office. Think about that. So we talking about Haitian Flag Day. Some people celebrate Black Music Month. You have all kinds of stuff. Hispanic Heritage Day. I'm like, Black History Month not gonna be able to be funded. We can't do Juneteenth with funds. We almost Juneteenth soon come. But I'm thinking about this. According to The Guardian, in the statement, Ron DeSantis said on April 22nd, quote, "We are, of course, the state where woke goes to die," DeSantis said during a press conference announcing and signing the two new laws in the state. The law is further. It is an effort to challenge local counties' goals to promote race and gender inclusion programs. Supporters of DEI initiatives say they help remedy the effects of long-term and historical discrimination. I'm going to play a short little news clip. This was a feature just 3 days ago from CBS Miami talking about how North Miami, the city of North Miami, where my Zoe's at, there's a lot of Haitian Americans that live in there. First generation, second generation, third generation, right? Grandmas, aunties, uncles, cousins from North Miami. Well, they may have celebrated according to the city, right? It cannot be funded according to this law by city-sponsored events, right? By city officials. This is really a tightrope. But so you can hear how devastating this is possibly going to be. I'm talking about Pride Month, all of the different celebrations of diversity that cities and counties put together to celebrate their residents. The beautiful tapestry that we call America. Strength in our differences, unity in our motto. Think about this. One nation under where? Okay. Well, this is the story that CBS Miami published just to highlight, just so you can hear what's really happening.
Flag Day. People gathered in North Miami with their flags to show off their pride and culture. But while there was lots of celebration, North Miami's mayor says this is the last time the city can take part in the event because of a new Florida law.
This really affects us as a local government, celebrating the culture of who we are. A lot of the different folks, North Miami is one of the most diverse city in the entire state of Florida. So this is very detrimental to us and to our residents. So this is the last year under this current bill, which goes in effect January 1st, that we will be able to celebrate Haitian Heritage Month.
Governor DeSantis signed the law back in April. Private groups and organizations can still celebrate, but cannot rely on any government help or assistance.
So that is the news report from CBS Miami, published 3 days ago via their YouTube channel. This report talks about how Haitian Flag Day and many, many other celebrations of diversity are now in peril due to a new law that was just signed a month ago today by Ron DeSantis that will prohibit local governments, cities, counties, local entities, public entities from sponsoring so-called any DEI, so-called initiatives. So that puts in, think about all the Caribbean Heritage Month, think about Reggae Month. All throughout South Florida, we celebrate so many different diverse holidays and observances. Juneteenth is coming up. Will this be the last Juneteenth sponsored by the various cities for Black History Month and Martin Luther King Day? Can we not? I'm not sure how this is gonna pan out, but it has caused many people, including many city officials, to give us a warning that this may be the last time that a city can officially participate due to the new Florida law that restricts local government involvement in cultural events signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. Again, the law will go into effect January 1st of 2027, but it is literally going to put a stifling effect, right, on all of the things that we have grown accustomed to when it comes to celebrating diversity in our community. What do you think about this, guys? It's something, again, to look ahead at. But I want to finish up with, again, the breaking news. Well, let's back up. Some other breaking news. Once again, hot off the presses this morning in the congressional seat I've been talking to you about. Remember, going to Washington, D.C., Florida has 28 people that go straight to Washington, D.C. to represent us in the United States House of Representatives. Those are the Congress people, 28 of them. Due to the new redistricting map that was signed into law by Governor Ron DeSantis and pushed through by the Republicans in control of the Tallahassee legislature, right, the government of ours that run the state in Tallahassee. The new maps have decreased out of the 28 seats. It was 20 elected as Republican, 8 elected as Democrat. Well, with the new map, what we call the gerrymandered map or the redistricted map, mean the same thing. They cut the lines up to move voters, and instead of the voters picking their candidates, experts argue it is now the candidates picking the voters. Why does that mean? They have diluted several Democratic districts to make them Republican districts, and many observers say now it is only likely that 4 out of the 28 seats will be held by Democrats and are likely to have elected Democrats because of the way the maps have been drawn to draw out certain pockets of the community into majority Republican districts. Well, in the one seat from South Florida that is likely to remain Democrat, that is Congressional District 20. Congressional District 20 covers cities across Broward County. They have now redrawn it. It doesn't go into Miami-Dade anymore. It doesn't go into parts of Palm Beach. This is Tamarack. This is North Lauderdale, Oakland Park, Lauderhill, Lauderdale Lakes, all throughout Central and all across the county, Fort Lauderdale seat of Broward. It has a minority population. Black people are heavily situated in this district. And folks were wondering who would be best to run and represent this district. Now, there are probably about 7 Black people already in the race, including former Broward County Mayor Dale Holness, including entrepreneur and musician, and I would call it hip-hop legend, Uncle Luke Campbell of fame, of the 2 Live Crew fame, including Local activists, Elijah Manley, including the lady who had the seat and resigned from the seat, vacated the seat, Sheila Sherfilis McCormick, and others. So if you have so many people vacating, or so many people, competing for the seat, you have several people, because I'm like, who gonna get the majority vote? All these people in the race, it's gonna be hard to get the majority. Well, a wild card just stepped into the race. Ha ha ha. Fresh off the presses this morning. Long serving. She's been in public office, I would say, at least 30 years. And many would argue that she's done a decent job. Some people really like her. Well, she shook up this congressional district, District 20. Broward County, pay attention. Margate, Coconut Creek, North Lauderdale, Oakland Park, Lauderhill, Sunrise, Tamarack Plantation, Fort Lauderdale. All right, you guys will have a decision to make on who will represent you in Washington, D.C. Well, one possibility now includes United States Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Today, Friday morning, just a couple hours ago, she made a video announcement and put it out there that she's going to step into the race. So there are folks that argue, Debbie, you have such name recognition. You could be in another seat. Let someone of African-American descent, because the numbers of African-Americans in Congress are going to go down with all the redrawing of the maps across the country. Florida is not the only place that redistricting is drawing out Democrat seats and adding Republican seats. And by drawing out non-winnable Democratic seats, oftentimes that means drawing out African Americans and people of color who normally or tend to support the Democratic Party. Now, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Jewish American, very popular. Some, again, feel her entrance is a good thing. And I'm just pushing the argument out there. I'm not on one side of the fence or another. I do believe this district, being a heavily minority district, there are some sensitivities there. Well, today she put out a statement. In her statement, according to local10.com, she's officially announced her plan. She is stepping into the ring, y'all. So there's going to be about 8 people in that race. Congressional District 20. And they're wondering if it's going to be too many candidates that one like her, having long-standing name recognition, will shoot to the top automatically. I don't know. I've not seen the polling. But many people are talking about how this is going to impact the race. So anyway, eyes are on the congressional district race that will be voted on in August. That's when the primary is, the August primary. And then from August primary, you are going to go to the general election in November, all right? So keep your eyes out, pay attention. Redistricting is happening. But I wanted to get back. Let me finish with this. I talked a little bit about NBA. Did y'all watch the game? The RNC show will be this weekend also on Miami Beach, the Hyundai, I don't know how island people say it, but featuring the F-50, what is it, Bravo, and some of these older planes. If you're into RNC shows, there was one recently actually in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale a couple weeks ago had the RNC show. And now it's Miami Beach's turn. If you're looking for something to do, make sure you keep it locked right here on Voice of the Caribbean. We'll tell you where to go with the party at. Make sure you're in the house or outside, not in the house, outside on Monday. The big Memorial Monday soccer match is finally here. Artists versus selectors and media. Yes, celebrity football match is the place to be. Where? At the Lauderhill Sports Complex. Where is that? Lauderhill, Florida, Oakland Park, right? It is easy to find. Just look up Lauderhill Sports Complex. Tickets are very affordable. Bring the whole family. If you want to use my last name right now on Eventbrite, use the last name Speaks as a discount code. Speaks, right? SPEAKS, my last name. And put it as your discount and you will get at least $5 off. What's up? Bring your kids. There'll be food and beverages on sale. Lots of entertainment, music, fun stuff for the kids to do. And normally we run even a netball game or two while it's going on. But come see your favorite selectors. I cannot wait to see ones like Dexter Dabbs Wagwan. I know I keep talking about him. I'm okay. Let me calm down. Mr. Lex Lally too. I think Lally was there last year. He could ball, y'all. Jashi, of course. Tony Mataron for the selectors. Can't wait to see if he can ball out. Chuck Fender, Christopher Martin, of course, Eva Marwa, Guan, Mad Cobra. I'm so grateful. Flex in the Complex, Jixie King, of course, the one and only Mikey Mike. Winnie Wonder, we can't believe it. As well as Fata Diamond. Big up Louis Spree, Super Twitch Teflon, Mr. Vegas in the building. Dubmaster Chris, Mega Bantan, Galaxy P, Smoky Fire, Futa Hype. Wanna love Futa Hype? Wanna love the mix-up? Futa Hype is gonna be on the field. Mr. Tony Rufino, Richie Poole, Gandhi, and many more. Under the patronage of Consul General Oliver Mayer and sponsored by Vice Mayor Richard Campbell, City of Lauderhill. It's going to be a family fun day, y'all. Make sure you're in the place. Bring a little fun with you, but come enjoy yourself. Life is for living. Remember, Memorial Day weekend, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. 89 is a high. Today, tomorrow, 89, 30% chance of rain. It'll come and it'll stop. 30% also on Sunday, and it remains about 30% scattered showers on Monday. The feels like temperature, even though it's 89, Miami right now feels like 95. Fort Lauderdale feels like 94. Homestead feels like 92. All the way down to the Keys feels like 94. Key West, you feel like 97. So we got to stay hydrated. We got to stay in the shade. Of course, we got to watch out for our plants, our elders, our babies, and you, right? But take care of you. Make sure you stay hydrated. And when you need to cool off, you make sure you cool off. All right. But I wanted to just bring to your awareness this story about the woman who got, how can I describe this? Let me just read the story to you, because this viral video went all over social media of a lady going inside a Tim Hortons. We don't have these in South Florida. We don't have do they have them in North Florida? I don't know. Tim Hortons is similar to like a Dunkin' Donuts, I'm guessing, type of shop. She got a wrong order, or she was some kind of complaint about her order. Older African-American woman, probably, or they did say she's 75 years old. She goes inside the store. She's arguing with the people. This is in Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana. This happened last week. But what is so tragic is during the argument, I saw with my own two eyes on this viral video, the Tim Hortons worker pushed the lady first, almost like pushing her back, like step back from me, because she was all up in those people's face. 100%. This lady was very upset about the order. Anyway, the girl pushed her off, the worker. And then the lady, who is what I would call the victim, punched the worker in her face. When I tell you that worker, young, looked like maybe teenager or early 20s, started to wail, punch, thump, bum, 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 bump on the older lady, the 75-year-old lady. I mean, on the ground, and was thumping her. It's viral. I don't encourage ordain violence, condone violence. Anyway, the lady sat after the thump up. The lady sat in the booth with her order, proceeded to eat, and then she fainted, fell out of the booth, fell out of her chair, and back onto the floor. The workers at the Tim Horton realized something was wrong, called for an ambulance, and guess what? The lady lost her life. They said she had a heart attack. Now, I don't know if there will be any criminal charges. I will look deeply into the case. Let me play a little bit of what her daughter had to say about this Tim Hortons attack. Can you imagine your mom, 75 years old, go inside a restaurant and upset with her order, and then all of a sudden they decide that they're going to retaliate? Now, I don't think she should have put hands on the worker, but it really bothers me, and I want to play a little bit of it.
A Wayne woman who died after a fight at a local restaurant.
The woman's daughter posted surveillance video on social media earlier this week. Many people were outraged by what they saw. As 21 Alive senior reporter Tom Powell explains, police have now released a video and timeline of what they say happened inside.
Well, Linda and Heather, Fort Wayne Mayor Sharon Tucker says she hopes the video and information that police released from inside the Tim Hortons near Coliseum will, quote, alleviate the uneasiness that many felt after seeing the video online. Will that be the case? I can tell you the woman's family members are still angry tonight.
My mother was wronged in the worst way.
75-year-old Anita Grayson's daughter says her mother's death last Wednesday left her angry and frustrated with a lot of questions.
I lost the matriarch of my family.
Police say they responded to an altercation at this Tim Hortons around 8 in the morning, finding Grayson unresponsive. She was later pronounced dead.
I just called out to God, like, we need to see it.
I have to see that. Please show me, because I need to at least know how, why, what.
She says an anonymous person texted this video from inside to another family member. She posted it online. Others reposted, calling for arrests and protests.
You should.
I'm gonna stop it there because I'm almost out of time. But this is a report that came from the name of this news station is 21 Alive, Channel 21 from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they were talking to the daughter of this, this terrible incident. But I play it because it's Memorial Weekend, and it's the saddest thing is to lose unnecessarily someone like your matriarch, a 75-year-old woman being, retaliating against her, et cetera, et cetera. Just take this as a lesson for the Memorial Day. Walk away if you find yourself in confrontation with anyone. We have a lot of people from out of town. We have a lot of people who are coming here to act up, and we don't want no problems. I love y'all. Be safe. Enjoy your Memorial Weekend, y'all. And I'll see you next week.
And the all-new voice of the Caribbean.
This is the all-new voice of the Caribbean. Better sounding radio. WLYF HD2 Miami, 101.5 HD2.
Thanks for listening. I appreciate y'all. Have a great Memorial Day. Stay safe. Have a good one. I'll see you soon. Hey.